So my name is Martijn Broeren and I work at CE Delft, and we're responsible for doing sustainability analysis within the SUSBIND project. So within SUSBIND we're trying to make sure that the resins that are being developed are as sustainable as possible, making sure they have a very low carbon footprint, as low as possible, and also contribute to a lower human health impact of boards. And we do that by doing life cycle assessments at a very early stage in the development process. Challenges, I think, are it's challenging to find good data for a lot of the materials being used. Some of the materials are very exotic, which means it's going to be difficult to find, for instance, carbon footprint data. And we rely heavily on the other partners as well to provide things like emissions testing data from actual boards to make sure that we can then use that in our life cycle assessments. Our most important contribution, I think, is that we are doing these early stage life cycle assessments, contributing to lower carbon footprints especially, and we're trying to help the other partners make decisions by seeing which components are contributing more or less to the carbon footprint, and then making sure that when there are choices to be made, that they make choices that result in lower carbon footprints. So things that we advise are choosing the right components, but also trying to reduce the resin content as much as possible without compromising the board quality, of course. One of the important findings so far is that it's really important to try to reduce the amount of resin, because even when we're making this SUSBIND resin, this more sustainable bio-based binder, it can still have a high carbon footprint. So it's important to reduce the amount of resin being used in boards. Yeah, so early on in the project, we looked into different feedstocks that could be used to produce bio-based binders. And one of the findings was that we're looking into vegetable oil-based binders or carbohydrate-based binders, and especially the vegetable oil binders have a risk of causing land use change emissions, and therefore we recommended to especially focus on the carbohydrate-based resins because those have a higher probability of resulting in low carbon footprints and having a more sustainable product. What we can do with this methodology is really, it shows us how we can apply life cycle assessment at an early stage to really guide, more sustainable development processes, and that's something we can do also with other projects. It's a very universal method, and I think the SUSBIND project shows that it's very helpful to apply sustainability analyses early on in these development processes. Well, SUSBIND is very international and it's very cooperative, and it's a lot of fun to work with a lot of these different partners. That's more than one or two words, but